Alright, so here's the deal on this thing. My plan is to get it running and driving safely, that I can run it to and from work a few times if I want to. But the deal is no money. Literally budget, budget, budget. I've got things that I've bought like a couple of years ago, and I have a field of parts in the back which are going to be to my advantage. But overall, this is going to be like zero money out of pocket kind of build. So I want to check my engine oil, but there's no dipstick. Spark plug wires they're showing their age as well. Yeah, little guy down there. Alright, dipstick procured. Even comes with oil on it already. Leave that on. Alright, so there's oil in it, but it's over full. And it don't feel much like oil anymore. You might have to change the oil. Looks clean in the valve cover. I don't see anything in the radiator yet. Choke works. Some miscellaneous vacuum wires. Well, I'm gonna go get a battery. Alright, let's see if it spins over. We're just going to jumper the starter right now. Alright, I'm going to get something better to jumper that easier. Alright. Jumper wire installed. Let's crank an engine over for the first time in at least 25 years. Boy, that sounds pretty good. There is, however, one thing I noticed over here. I don't know if somebody was trying to unbolt the starter, but it's loose. Like the upper bolt is missing on the starter. I don't even know why that cranked over. Alright, get a bolt in the bell housing on the starter, tighten it up. I think I'm going to swap the engine oil out of it and put a new filter on. Because the compression in the engine sounds fantastic. So, yeah, I think we got something going here. I'm going to throw a little bit of antifreeze in the radiator, or water actually right now. And then we actually have to look at our secondary ignition, see if we're getting spark, and if not, diagnose why, because I can throw fuel down the carburetor. Air and fuel, not a problem. Compression does not appear to be a problem. Spark, there we go. That might be the issue. So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to get to it. I'll grab some stuff and bring you right back. Alright, so here's the deal on this thing. My plan is to get it running and driving safely, that I can run it to and from work a few times if I want to. But the deal is no money. Literally budget, budget, budget. I've got things that I've bought like a couple of years ago, and I have a field of parts in the back which are going to be to my advantage. But overall, this is going to be like zero money out of pocket kind of build. Okay, like for instance, this oil. It's a 5-liter jug of 15W40. I bought it like 8 months ago. I bought it when I was doing the engine over in the Dart, and I just bought extra. So that hasn't been used. It's been sitting around. I'm going to call that just kind of shop stock. This oil filter, not even technically the right filter for the engine. It is an L1 Cralinator filter. It was in my sea can. I got it with a pile of parts from my buddy when he moved to Arizona. So it's got the right thread pitch, it's a full flow filter, and it's got the right sealing surface. I'm going to run it. It didn't cost me a dime. So that's oil and filter. I have extra spark plug wires. I have some extra spark plugs. I've got distributor caps, old used ones that I will clean up and service. But essentially, you're kind of getting the idea. This is 100%, or as 100% as I can get it, a $0 build. $0, get it on the road, budget, total sleeper dealie. Okay, not sleeper, just cheaper. Okay? Cheaper, not sleeper. Right now we are at change oil. Well, you know what? That oil ain't actually too bad. It smells of gas and age, but pretty good. That gives me some confidence. The general rule of oil capacity on this engine is around 5 liters, like 4.9, 5.0 liters, or 5 quarts, 4.5 quarts, whatever. But anyway, I got a 5-liter jug, and that's what I poured in her. You know what? That's good. That'll fire. Yeah. Mechanical advance is good. I think this thing wants to live, guys. Next up, we're going to test the coil, as in I'm going to check the resistance value from the positive and negative posts, and then both posts to the center terminal to see if we have good continuity in the ignition coil. Alright, so that factory original Mopar ignition coil is good. According to testing, I got about 10 kilo ohms on the center terminal to the positive end of the negative, and I've got 2.2 ohms, 2.4 ohms resistance on the negative to positive. That is perfectly within line for a production factory coil. I am ready to drop a battery in it again. I'm going to wind it over a little bit, see if I can maybe get the engine oil to start filling up the filter a little. And I want to listen to it now that the starter is bolted down properly. From there, I got to get some spark plug wires on it. And then we're into checking to see if we got power at all the right places. I do have to jumper the ignition, which is not a horrible thing on these things, trust me. Pretty easy. But having said that, time to get a couple things done. That is good enough for me. I have no spark coming out of the coil, which means we either have a bad distributor pickup, or we have a bad ignition module, or a bad ballast resistor. Probably not the ballast resistor. It is supposed to be bypassed during engine cranking. This is where a guy gets ahead of himself. I didn't jumper the ignition, so I have no idea if I have spark yet. Alright, carrying on. Time to jumper the ignition. Alright, so I had to check my wiring diagrams to make sure I had it right, and all I need to do is put power to the pink wire from the coil. This guy, the positive, which is also this same pink wire, which is this same pink wire. And when I jumper that, get in there real close, take a look at that coil positive wire, or the coil, anyway, the coil lead. I see spark. Know what that means next? Spark plug wires, fuel, better jumper wire, and we're going to make this bird run. Alright, spark plug wires donated from my Jeep J20. Total cost, free. And one hoarded jumper wire lead to alligator clip to hook to my jumper wire. That little hunk of love right there will make my ignition work. Okay. Now let's do some spark plug. Now I'm betting that some of you are wondering if I'm going to do anything with the fuel system. Answer, yes. I am going to disconnect it and run it onto the ground if it sprays at all. If it doesn't, hey, it doesn't. But I'm not expecting there to be a drop of fuel in that thing. It's just to stop anything that might pump junk into the carburetor overall. Okay, that's just aiming down here. Hopefully we don't have a pile of junk splashing us. This is just 87 octane gasoline. Alright, so I don't know if you heard it or not, but I don't know if I caught it on that last take. This thing barked to life. just quick, just a couple fires and a couple cylinders, but it fired. And that is sweet, sweet, sweet. Now the camera died right after that, so I also realized I had not had lunch or supper this afternoon here, so I went and remedied that, and now I'm back. Camera's got some charge in it. It's time to make her fire up again. Let's get to it. Battery hooked up. Ignition hooked up. Let's give her a little bit of fuel. And here goes nothing. Come on. Now I do have some yellow scuzzy fuel coming out. That's why I disconnected the fuel line. Fire it up again, and you guys and Nat are going to watch that fuel filter because I can't see it on this side. I've put about 5 liters of fuel in it, a little over a gallon, and I'm going to see if this thing will pump out clear or if it pumps out scammy nasty. We're going to give it a go.
Clear.
So for all intents and purposes, that looks like a fairly clean fuel system. The old gas, the tiny little bit of it down there now, like it's not pumping any chunks into the filter. And it was sealed. It was actually under a vacuum, believe it or not. So, a super win right there. We got a fuel system, guys. All right, a little more fuel. If it moves. Now, I don't have any brakes, but I'll put it in gear. Alright, I'm gonna grab some ATF and a funnel and pour a little fluid in the transmission because it wants to move. Wicked! So, I put, well, I found 3 partial liters, so probably about 1.5 liters of ATF in. Is it going to be enough to get it at the right level? Probably not, but it's enough to add some fresh fluid. And this thing tried to move, so when they try to move, they're usually only about 1.5 to 2 liters down. So we'll be close. I should be able to make it move about 10 feet forward, 10 feet back. Other than that, like I said, the master cylinder is locked up, and so I have no brakes at all. And I mean, the ignition doesn't turn off either, so I got to leave the hood up so I can unplug the wire if something weird does happen. Not sketchy at all. It's fine. Okay. Alright guys, so we are going to leave it there. It's trying to move forwards. I don't have any accelerator pump, so it is what it is. I am going to try and make that come back around with a little bit of lubrication, a little bit of penetrating lube or something. But if it doesn't, I do have some old carb kits up in my storage bus, so we'll see what we got in there. If we got an accelerator pump diaphragm, then we're laughing. But there we have it. So next time around, come here, I show you something here. This is what we're looking at right now. It's missing all the wiper linkage and the wiper motor. Okay, fine, not a big deal. It also has a mountain of broken glass in it, and as you can see, that's the transmission down there. The dash wiring has been just hacked out of it. I don't know why they would have done such a thing, but they did. And it's missing the whole top of the dash, the cluster, all that jazz. I got a mountain of cleaning to do in here. And I don't want to drive it around the yard because it's going to drop glass everywhere. That's a no-no. Alright, so there we have it though. This old 77 Dodge runs. You know what? 77. Let's find out right now. This is actually a 360, by the way. Super cool. And right here on the door, it says Dodge VIN number, GBW, no date there. Over here, date of manufacture. I can't quite make it out, but let me look here. Date of manufacture.
77.
That looks like 10 of 77. So it could still be a 78. It still could be a 1978. So now we got to go one step further. We're going to decode the VIN number. Bear with me. Is a D, which is two-wheel drive truck. Second digit is a 1, which is a half-ton. Third digit is a 4, and that is for standard cab swept line or fleet side box. Fifth digit is an A, and that is under 6,000 pound GVW, so light duty. Next digit is an F, which is supposed to come with 362 barrel. And next digit appears to be an 8. 8. 1978. I was right, Ken. 1978 Dodge D150. After that, it was made in Warren, Michigan. And 157642 is the sequence of the VIN. That's all. That's the sequence of the assembly line. There we have it. 1978 Dodge D150 did come with clear signal lights from the factory. And again, I'm with you guys. Whether it was clear or whether it was the amber ones, doesn't matter. I'm happy I got the clear ones. They look a million times better, and it just makes me like this truck that much more. All right, everybody. From David Dave's Glory Shop Works, Nat on camera. I had a fantastic time getting this whole truck running. Stay posted because we are going to keep on going, and for next to zero money or zero money if we can, we're going to get this thing back on the road, running and driving, and I might just turn it into my winter rig. It's a pretty nice rig. All right, have yourselves a good night, and we'll see you on the next one.